I do call the member for Solomon.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise today to pay tribute to my good friend, the former Chief Minister of the Northern Territory, Terry Mills. As some might be aware, Terry announced last week his retirement from politics to pursue a different interest, and his decision was effective immediately. My husband Paul and I have known Terry for many years and consider him a very good friend. He had and still has an enormously high profile around Palmerston, and he was a friendly face at the markets or the local shopping centres or many community events in Palmerston. He was always up for a chat, shared a joke, or liked to discuss issues that were affecting the lives of workers, families and businesses around Palmerston. But it was during the very protracted campaign to have a hospital built in Palmerston that we were fortunate enough to really get to know him particularly well. It was at the very first, or one of the very first community meetings at the CMAX cinema that I remember Terry making a compelling case why a new hospital at Palmerston should be built. We all agreed with him when he outlined a staged model for the proposed hospital. He spoke of a methodology required to obtain Commonwealth funding and organised a petition that eventually attracted 15,000 signatures, and that was about half the population of Palmerston at the time. At the time, there was incredible resistance within the Northern Territory government. It was a Labor government, and they really were actually opposed to the Palmerston Hospital, particularly when Terry announced in 2008 that at the election that the country Liberals would start work on a hospital straight away. However, the Labor government said it was a cruel hoax. Well, we lost the election, but eventually community pressure was such that Labor were forced to come around, and of course they were claiming it was all their idea. They completely misread the community mood and failed to grasp the necessity of adding to the Territory's health infrastructure. It was with enormous pride, Mr Deputy Speaker, that during the 2013 election campaign I was able to work with my coalition colleagues to secure an additional $40 million to add to the $70 million already committed to fund the construction of a hospital in Palmerston. Terry's perseverance around this issue wasn't just a template of how to run a classic grassroots political campaign. It was something that he felt was right and that it was necessary and that the government should absolutely provide. And that's why I'm delighted to be associated with this very important project for our community. Terry was a community politician in the classic sense, and as much as anything, this was what helped him secure the Territory's top job of being the Chief Minister. Now, many people have said that nice people don't really make it in politics. Well, in Terry's case, he was the exception to the rule. In 2008, the election campaign I spoke of earlier, he took the country Liberals from 4 seats to 11 seats, from a political rump on the verge of oblivion to within a heartbeat of power. In the 4 years leading up to the 2012 election, his team developed a suite of policies that enabled the country Liberals to present an alternative, credible government. Notwithstanding the internal pressures his leadership sometimes faced, Terry was always positive and confident, and he believed that if he continued to work hard, engage in the community and treat people with respect, that the cards would eventually fall his way. Well, the night of the 2012 Territory election was undoubtedly the highlight of his political career, one of his high points in his life, leading the country Liberals to government after 11 years of hard labour. I would like to finish by saying I wish him and Ros all the very, very best for their life after politics. I would like to thank him and Ros for the support that he's provided me personally and also politically. I thank him for his support and friendship and wish them all the very, very best. On behalf of all Territorians, good luck.